Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm Andy RC, and today I'm taking a look at the H22 3D quadcopter, which has kindly been sent to me by Banggood.com. This is another inverted capable quadcopter, so let's go and take a look at it. This review is going to be slightly different because this aircraft is actually supported by the Deviation TX software for the Devo 7E, so I'm going to be flying it with that to release its full potential. If you are interested in building a hacked Devo 7E, then check out the video already released on the channel. Let's take a look at what you get in the box. We have the quadcopter, which has come in this lovely green colour. I'm a big fan of that. It comes installed with the prop protectors, which can be removed. However, I would highly recommend keeping them on, as again they act as a landing gear when the aircraft is upside down. It comes with a 220 milliamp battery. You can fit bigger batteries to it, however the 220 milliamp battery is perfect for its size. As mentioned in previous videos, inverted capable aircraft lose efficiency due to the props being symmetrical. Adding a heavier battery will bog the quadcopter down and make it less agile. With the stock battery, we will get around 5 to 6 minutes of flight time. It depends on how much 3D flying you do. It comes with these foam pads on the landing legs. I have been struggling with these a bit. They have been falling off and I have had to hot glue them on. I will keep them on for this review, but after this review is done, I'm going to be pulling them all off. There is no camera fitted to this quadcopter, so I will be flying it purely line of sight. We have the 2.4 GHz controller, which is pretty standard with these micro quads these days. It comes in only mode 2. I won't be converting it into mode 1. As I say, I'm going to be using my Devo 7E transmitter, but I will talk you through all of the controls anyways. The top left-hand button gives us 3 rate modes: high, medium, and low, which is great because that means that beginners can fly this quadcopter as well, and then advance onto some of its 3D capabilities once they have learned how to fly it. As this is an aerobatic aircraft, I will be using only the high rate. The top right-hand button is an interesting one. From takeoff, if you press this button in and move the roll or pitch axis, then the aircraft will flip itself upside down. To get it back the right way up, you press that button again and input another movement. To do a 360-degree flip, we actually use that same right-hand button, only this time before we press it, we have to press in the right stick, and then the aircraft will go into the flip mode and perform a 360-degree flip. It's fine on this transmitter, however it requires some interesting mixer settings on my Devo 7E. Back to the stock transmitter, and we have the one key return function when I press in the left stick. As you know, I'm not a fan of this mode at all. If we input any stick movement, then the aircraft exits one key return mode and then enters headless mode. I would like to have had a separate headless mode button. You might be asking why, as you know I'm not a fan of headless functions either. However, you will see later why headless mode might be a good idea on this quadcopter. We have the usual trims for all axes as well. You get the USB charger and a full set of propellers, which I think is important. Let's go and take this thing for a fly and see what we can do with it. Straight away you can see that this quadcopter is really agile. Combine that with the higher resolution of the Devo 7E and we can put on a real performance. I have set the inverted and 360-degree flip modes on switches, so you can probably hear them going mad. However, I am able to get more of a 3D flight out of this. It's comparable to flying a 3D helicopter. Of course, when we flip upside down like all of the other 3D flying quadcopters, the controls automatically reverse. So from a flying perspective, there is no need for any extra skill. Interestingly though, when you pitch forward and the aircraft goes inverted, it actually does reverse the pitch controls. However, due to the unique way this quadcopter flips into inverted and also 360 degrees, you need some skill on the buttons to produce a convincing 3D flight. This quad seamlessly flips upside down and performs its flips without bogging down at all. It doesn't compensate for any height either, so you need to do that yourself, which is a refreshing change. The Quadcopter does 360-degree flips in both inverted mode and when it's the right way up as well. It also has an insane yaw rate, although unlike the X7R hexacopter reviewed previously on the channel, it does take some time to recover. This can make it even harder to determine which way it's facing when it's stopped doing its crazy maneuver. You can use the headless mode again to cheat while it's doing that crazy yaw maneuver so that you can fly forward, back, left and right while it's doing it. The lights are pretty dim on it, so I would say that this is a daylight flying quadcopter only. As mentioned, the quadcopter is really agile. It does, however, suffer from a lack of power due to those symmetrical propellers. This doesn't really affect how it flies at all, but there isn't a lot of punch if that's what you are after when you lift the throttle up. When flying it in forward flight, however, it is really fast in both inverted mode and the right way up. The aircraft does have an LVC in the form of flashing LEDs, however, as soon as it kicks in, you won't be able to flip the quad anymore. So if the LVC kicks in when you are inverted, you will have to land it inverted. As I say though, this isn't too much of a problem as the prop protectors act as landing skids. So there you go, that is my review of the H22 3D quadcopter. Thanks to Banggood for sending it in for review. I will put a link in the description to it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.